Alright guys, we out here today. We're trying to get one of our pumpkins butchered and get it ready to prepare and do something with. And so it's going on about a week before Thanksgiving, and so this may be the one we use. I'm getting every pumpkin all over me and everywhere else, but this might be the one we use during Thanksgiving. But thought I'd just get my camera out for a minute and show you kind of what we do here. Guys, you need real good sharp knives when you're working with a pumpkin. And what I like to do, I cut mine up in smaller sections like this. And this way it makes it a little more easy to manage. And then after I cut it, then I take me a good sharp knife and I peel it. Like I say, you'll cut yourself quicker with a dull knife doing a pumpkin than you will a sharp one, believe me. Been there and done it. But I'll take and just go through and peel that off. Just like that. And this one was starting to concern me a little bit. I've seen some places in it. So I thought I might better go ahead and see about getting this one butchered. Kind of wished it would have waited just a little while longer, but anyway, it is what it is. But I was reading my Ball Blue book last night, and I think what I'm going to do, instead of just boiling this in water, I think what I'm going to do is steam this. I've got one of my pressure cookers, the small one, out, and I've got the steam rack in it, and then we have a double boiler that has a steam rack to it. Let me say something about what I'm doing right here. I always cut all that strings, pulp, whatever you want to call it. I cut that out. And lay it over to the side. And I'm going to cut this up in small pieces so that it'll fit inside the steamer pot. But this one, as you can see guys right here, all this rain, I know y'all probably tired of hearing me fuss about it, but right there's what it's caused. This one actually started splitting open. I pulled this one just a little bit early because I was afraid it might set in the field and spoil. And I've been keeping an eye on it anyway. And there's a little place right there. I'm going to cut that out. But thankfully it hadn't got in and rotted the whole thing. But I'm in no lack of pumpkin. We've canned right much, and we've actually eat a couple of pumpkin pies this year too. So we're not hurting for pumpkin. So, and I love my pumpkin pie. So I doubt I know I won't be able to process all of that at one time, or at least I don't think I will, but it don't, in the pressure cooker, it says 10 minutes. So it don't take that long. And guys, you see, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but right here, there's some little green streaks. I try to get that out because it can be a little stringy. But another way of knowing that you've got a good pumpkin that's cured out good, it's going to be hard. The peeling's going to be hard on it. And getting to this middle, I need to switch knives here. Now this knife here is not sharp, and I don't have time to stop and sharpen it, so I'll make do. And I still need to go a little deeper on that. It's got that green streak in it. And you can cut this in a little bit smaller than what I've got here if it makes it easier on you. But that's the way I like to do one, cut it down in small sections. And then we just flip it over and go in here, and just like if you was dressing up a cantaloupe, just cut this out. Get them string fibers, whatever you want to call them, get that out of there. Alright. Set this out of my way for a second. I'm going to split this right here, and then we're going to split that like that, and then we're going to split this way, and I'm going to just cut it up in little sections about like that. And I've got my water heating over here, so I'm going to be ready to go here in just a second. And the recipe that we have for pumpkin pie actually calls for 3 cups of cooked pumpkin. And I don't know what, I always end up putting a little bit more than that. Guess I'm from the old school, more is better. Or at least some people thinks. These old pumpkins will turn out, you get a big one like this, they'll turn out a lot. And like I say, I have canned this. Canning it, there's people says you can, there's people that says you can't. And my pressure cooker book gives a recipe for canning, and I follow it, and I've never had no trouble. And me and my wife have a friend, she bakes her pumpkins whole. I think she may scoop the seeds out first, and then bake it for, I don't remember, maybe a couple hours on a low temperature. Let it set, let it get good and cool, and then take it out. And what she don't use to make a pie, she'll freeze. My problem is doing that, it seems like it don't have no flavor in it. I don't know what I did wrong. But, and I'm just about gonna have me a batch ready to go in the cooker here in a minute. Maybe got more than I need. And this is a 1/4 of it. Alright. Let's go over to the cooker. Now the pressure cooker is going to be faster, so gotta find me a good way of setting this down here. That pot's heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one up. probably about good right there. Now let's see what we can go ahead and get in this other. Trying two different ways here. So one's pressure cooked, the other one's steam. Just hot water steam. I'd love to be able to get all this in one batch. And guys, I'll be honest with you, what I have right here would probably make our recipe for pies. Time it's cooked down. Okay, put a lid on that. Put a lid on this. And I'll be listening for it, and I need the time for 10 minutes on the pressure cooker. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and we'll start cutting this up. Now when you can this, just the chunks like I have right now, that's what I put it in, maybe just a little smaller than that. But I'll pack that in jars, and sometimes I might put, if it's a quart jar, I'll put a teaspoon of salt in it. Hold on. If I'm doing it in the big canner, let me tell you here. Okay, for 15 pounds pressure, which this little cooker, that's all it'll do, is 60 minutes. So what I do, no, 30 minutes I mean. So what I do, I go 10 pounds of pressure for 45 minutes to an hour. And you can go an hour if you want to. And guys, I've never lost any by doing it that way. People talk about certain things they can, and guys, you're gonna have some spoilage. I mean, when you're canning something, that's just part of the game. But I know people that are afraid to can certain items because of spoilage. And guys, follow the directions. Do it right. If you do it right, you'll not have no problem. I know people that are definitely afraid of tomatoes, and I got to asking some questions, and I found out exactly why a person lost tomatoes. And it's not because they put a bad one in there. Yeah, that can affect it. But guys, tomatoes need a hot water bath, and they need it for the correct amount of time. You can't just put a pot of tomatoes on the stove and heat them up and put them in a hot jar and think they're going to seal. That don't work like that. So anyway, just about got half of this one cut up. I'm going to split these. There we go, like that. Cutting it up is not the problem, it's the peeling it and getting it ready is the problem. But I didn't want to see it go to the bad, so that's why I went ahead and got it cut up and butchered. But maybe this will help somebody that's never done it before. And it does require some elbow grease. I'm going to tell you that. A pumpkin's pretty solid. So be prepared to fire down on it. Alright guys. I just thought I'd do this little quick video, maybe to show somebody. If you got any questions, just don't forget to put them in the link below or put them in the comments below. And we'll try to answer them as best we can. I'm going to finish this up and keep an eye on my other stuff over here, so, and get back at it. Got a lot of little projects between now and next Thursday. Today's Monday, November the 16th, I believe it is. Yeah, November the 16th, 2020. So we got a lot of projects in the next week and a half to get done, get prepared, and so I love doing stuff like this. So it's just, to me, it's rewarding, enjoying. So anyway, guys, gonna get off. Y'all have a great day, and till the next time, we'll talk to you again. Thank you for watching from Little NC Farming.